quick video, and I hope everyone can understand what I've been going through a little bit. I know I already made it clear to others what I've been going through for the past few days or weeks or whatever, but I just want to share something that just personally recently happened, just to clarify things for those of you who don't know what's going on. Basically what happened is just the past few days ago, a dear close, someone who's very dear and close to me decided to unfriend me. And I know they haven't been posting much, I know they haven't been sharing things, so I personally wanted to reach out to them and ask them why they unfriended me. And to make things short and sweet and to the point, I basically messaged them and they finally got back to me and told me why they unfriended me, and I pretty much called BS on it because of the fact that the reason behind them to unfriend me, or to pretty much, they didn't say it, but it felt like it. It felt like I am unwelcomed in their life, and I'm afraid to say that it's family, but I'm not going to say who, just for their privacy, but pretty much came out and told me that they didn't like the things I was sharing, and I don't know if we have to go more into that, but basically they told me, you know, life is too short to be involved in that because of my path, and it's dark to them and sadistic and stuff. I mean, they didn't basically say it's sadistic, I just pretty much said it's sadistic just because I posted dark things to them. And I'm not here to belittle them or berate them and be critical of them. I'm just here to share something that I think a lot of people misunderstood about when it comes to paganism, and that they clearly don't understand. And of course of you, I'm wearing black. Black in itself is not evil or sadistic, and that's what a lot of people, when they think of paganism or even witchcraft, they think it associates with the devil and demons. When they need to do their research, they need to really look into, like, our ancestors, when they came here, were pagans. Some of them had their own way of doing things, but even before Christianity came along, paganism was really big. I'm not saying Christianity is bad, I'm not saying paganism's right and all that. I'm just basically saying that people don't do their research, and I'm tired of the labels. I'm tired of people saying, oh, this associates with this, when they don't really know it. And you can't honestly say something is if you don't personally know that person and you personally don't do research. So a lack of research when it comes to paganism is just a bunch of what Hollywood projects witches to be, or even pagans. So it just really hurts. And like previous videos, I've talked about how I haven't been accepted, and there's pretty much there's two sides of or three sides of everything, but I feel like since I have came into paganism, I haven't been accepted by people. And it's almost like if I was to come out and say I was a lesbian, would I be accepted? And to me, I personally don't choose to live like that, and I'm not saying I am. I'm just saying it's the same way. You know, people who are gay or lesbian or even transgender, you know, they don't feel accepted these days. And I'm not saying in any way that you have to believe that that's the right way to live, but people that come into this path of paganism or being gay or lesbian, they don't have a safe place. And that's one of the reasons why another reason why I felt like paganism was the right path and the right choice for me, because a lot of Christians weren't there when I needed them. They weren't a support team like they say they are. And I'm not saying necessarily I went for paganism, I went the backslidden way, and to me that is just bogus. When people say you're not in church, that you backslidden, when you don't personally know them and you don't know what they've gone through and you don't know their heart. So basically my point of all this is, don't make an accusation about someone or assume something like black is sadistic or the devil when you don't personally know them and you don't personally know their heart. And yes, it may look shady, it may look suspicious, like, you know, this doesn't look very good and this looks like they're headed into a dark path, when you don't personally know them and personally see what they do on a regular basis. And a lot of what I do may not come across as pagan to some people if they were to sit with me and watch what I do every day. It may just come as I'm a normal person like anybody else. And another thing I want to address too, even before I came into paganism and I knew someone who was a Wiccan, I personally knew them and heard that they became Wiccan, I didn't look at them and pass judgment and thinking that they are evil as a person. I just looked at them as a regular person, and that's their path that they want to be on. So be it. I'm not going to change my love for that person. I'm not going to change my kindness towards them or make them feel unwelcome, if that makes sense. And I feel like even when I took little steps of what my family thought was not right, whether it's to dress in pants or whether it's to live with someone and not be married, it just seemed like the little steps I took, good or bad in their eyes, it seems like they always looked at me with judgment. I'm not saying all of my family are like that, it's just I personally feel like that. And it's like, I feel like I was brought up in a Christian family that was loving, but in some aspects of it, I didn't feel wanted. I didn't feel like people really heard me out. Even when I started changing the little changes, like wear pants instead of skirts, I felt like there was judgment. And I'm not saying it's all of my family, it's just some individuals I felt like that. I felt shunned in some way. I felt rejected. And that's basically what I'm talking about, is rejection. What do you do when you're feeling rejected and stuff? And that's another reason why I joined paganism, or not joined it, but that's why I got into it, because I felt like, you know, Christians weren't really there when I needed them. But then I seen how loving pagans could be. And I'm not saying that one particular group is better than the other. I'm saying there needs to be both respect on both parties and love, regardless if they're gay or lesbian or whoever they are. It shouldn't be just, oh, you're a pagan, so I'm not pretty much going to have you in my life. No, love loves regardless of who they are. Whether they are a satanic, shouldn't we love them? And it doesn't mean we have to get involved into what they are, but still have respect and still have love. So I just wanted to clear that up, and maybe it can help someone who feels rejected, that you're not alone no matter what path you choose, whether it's paganism, Christianity, or just altogether nothing, you know. Just follow your heart. Where do you want to be? And so I hope that helps.